Kristen Keith with TCU head coach Jim Schlossnagle after an amazing comeback 9-8 win over NC State to clinch a spot in the Super Regionals. Coach, it looks like you were down and out there 8-1 going into the bottom of the 8th inning. What the heck happened? Describe it to me.
Well, I mean, from a baseball standpoint, we had some good at-bats, and they had some guys walk some guys out of the bullpen, and we had a couple big hits in there, which, if you're going to have a big comeback like that, it doesn't normally happen with 8 or 10 hits. You need some help, and so, I feel, and part of me feels bad for North Carolina State because they played so well, especially after last night, but, everybody that's still playing has a resilient team, and ours is just as resilient as anybody, and got an older group that just, the energy in the dugout remained the same, but we were certainly about as dead in the water as you can be.
They definitely struggled with errors, but your team was able to capitalize on those. Talk about how the fans, they stayed in their seats and they stayed here for this.
Well, they did, and that's the thing that I told just somebody else right now, that I think the fans were as big a part of this as anybody, and as any player on our team. No disrespect to whatever goes on in the ACC, but this is pretty a special environment, and if you're not used to it, then it can rattle you in a heartbeat, and I think that may have had something to do with it.
You'll get to host a Super Regionals. How do you prepare for that, and how does this momentum help you going into that? Texas A&M won. Okay,
so yeah, I mean, you get a chance to play in our ballpark against a traditional in-state rival, and so that's going to be 2009 and 10 we had to go to Texas, and now we get one of those elite large state schools in our stadium. So I'm sure it's going to be pretty fun.
Great, Coach. We look forward to it. We'll have coverage of the Super Regionals on the Big 12 Digital Network.